before I start, just want to remind people and to say it out loud, to tell myself everything I do is I volunteer to do it. The past 4.5 years of YouTube, every decision I made, I chose to do it. I wasn't forced into any of it. Although the reason I got into YouTube is because of what I was seeing on TV, and I perceive a bunch of lies. So I get on and I start talking. I start showing I get on with my dog, April 2nd, 2017. A bunch of videos were deleted because of, the enemy inside of my head that I allowed some of you guys to send in my direction. Around this time with this Walmart video, I wasn't, I was spotting security guards left and right, and apparently that's what got me the attention that I needed. Was I made a decision. What's that? Second 9/11 being Philly. I don't know how many predictions I've ever made, but I did see today that what's the football player's name for the Eagles? Something Cox. He had 55.5 career sacks. And the Eagles are playing the Giants on Sunday, which would be the 26th. And the Giants are coming to town. And I'm pretty sure I said this last year, or maybe the year before, that when the Giants come to town, then all hell breaks loose because the Giants are here. But a day before that, Christmas, is Saturday. So it is going to be the Sabbath. 17th and JFK, Chase Bank, at 5:55 a.m. I seen a vision last year, and I said last year at this time, I said exciting, and to put the outcome justifies the deed. On December 24th, 2020, the day before, I made a prediction that it would be Kleck's gift that the second 9/11 would happen in Philly on Christmas, and it would be between the 6th and the 9th hour. And that didn't happen there, but Nashville was, the whole entire block was blowing up, and the bomb went off at 6:30 in the morning, and it rose up. There was smoke, darkness that was upon the land for all the way up till at least 9/11, when they made sure they showed you the cars on fire. Every single reference in this title happened. It was at Second and Commerce. They showed you at 9:11 a.m. that the smoke was still rising up. It did happen between the 6th and the 9th hour, but it wasn't in Philly, and so that's why I put that here as, all right, well, because I don't see anybody dying in these situations. Even though it looks like it, even though they show you, even though it'll tell you people died, I just don't believe it. So that's why I said that. Well, it justified the deed back then. This outcome justifies the deed this time around. If I could see it happen, and before it happens, then what I'm telling you is nobody's dying either. So you would clearly believe that. If that ever takes place, that second actual 9/11, and it happens in Philly, I don't care how many people you hear that died, I say nobody did. But death in which way? Dying to giving up their soul? Yeah, people can die that way. They take the deal, they disappear, they give up their soul, they go from male to female, or they change their faces and become somebody different. But you can always get your soul back too. Doesn't matter if you go from male to female and you were soulless at the time. You can still get your soul back.
In verse 18, notice what it says, that Mary was betrothed to Joseph. And I believe that there was a stage before all of this was told to him that he was just absolutely excited about the fact that he was going to be a dad, or that he was going to be a husband, that they were going to get married. So the first is excitement. Mary was betrothed to Joseph. Now, nobody gets betrothed today in our culture. We get engaged. So
I was 7 months in, 7 months and 2 days. I got the attention that I was apparently looking for without knowing that I was going to get it like that, in order to start talking to people that run the planet system. But back then, I used to get a lot of views, just even regular, like even just a regular video, and then it went downhill from there, or at least what the numbers say, it went downhill. But it never bothered me, because I knew that the first video that I needed to, the first view, I didn't know who it was, but I knew that first view was the most important one. And then I just kept going at it. Anybody that gave me a problem, I mocked them. A lot of times I had an attitude about it because I was pretty hurt. Time to take a stand for SJD. So back then I was taking a stand. And then now SJD is helping me with the other side of it, which is the numbers and how to number people. So I thought a year later, a year and 2 months, I was sticking up for SJD. And then shortly after that, I turned off my comment section. The camera just kind of went out, so I'm just gonna show you what this is here. High school science. So I got bombarded with a bunch of mail. Usually doesn't happen here. And this is the shade store, because this shit is shady, by the way. Honey, did you remember the yeah, you're not out there? August 1st. Just for turning off the comment section, because I was getting attacked by everybody. I mean, except for Steve, face to face. But I had no clue what I was doing, what I was getting myself into. So I just started to keep track of it, all in one day. That's amazing. All in one day. Wednesday, August 1st, the beginning of the Malian invasion. So that was quite an honor to get all that paperwork. Then I'm thinking there's like a net system going on up there. But this is what you guys interrupted me with. This is what I was doing.
The other mold makes it inkling.
So that's the jet fighter hood. It still looks exactly the same because I haven't touched it. I was re-sanding it. I already have the mold for it. Right here.
Or 2 straight live streams.
So I want to get back into it, but I want to be able to have time. And then this is for a 2006 Mustang. I didn't finish this either, but I was in the middle of it.
I was making hoods.
Because what I did was I angled it down more. I bought it with a hood scoop, a plain one, and then I cut here and lifted up over there and angled it and just shaped it. I think I was calling it the Falcon. Yeah, I was calling this the Falcon, and the other one was the Jet Fighter. So all this voluntarily, just did it for free. Wind up monetizing that Walmart video probably a year and a half or 2 years later. Wind up getting about $250 a month for about a year and a half. And then they cut it off. Second beast. The end of paper money. The end of Bitcoin. I got on Richie from Boston. What's his name? AMTV.
Because they knew they were going to pick up their geoengineering so exponentially.
And because I always said I don't think Richie's actually driving, I think he wanted to show me that he was driving.
That they better put out a predictive programming piece of propaganda. Look. That
All over the place. Even lower tier level.
And so I had an attitude about things because I was hurt. In the beginning, I didn't. In the beginning, I was more calm, and then when I developed a bunch of friends, and then they all turned at one point. It gave me a chip on my shoulder, so I started to talk with an attitude. And I don't like...
No fake rapture. I'm a little disappointed. But, it's just another prediction.
Yeah, you don't have to forgive me, but for giving everybody an attitude and coming after everybody the way I did. But I was just growing up. I was only a year and some change in on it, and I don't think I would have had such an attitude if I didn't have friends that I thought of, and then they all came against me. But then I started to calm down after some time because I started to love my enemies. I actually started to love SJD after he came after me, and then I seen it in his face that he was just playing. I'm like, wait a minute, he actually loves me. And then from that point on, just kept going at it and at it. I said I didn't really watch much of Derek's videos back then. But Justin's the one that would always talk about it. So I'm like, all right, I'll go look. And then I didn't realize that Derek actually commented because he loved it. I was cracking him up at first, but then I wasn't funny afterwards. And so I was just telling him that it took me so long to respond because I was pretty busy trying to find out who runs this planet so I can tell them what our Father said it would take place on the earth. Thanks for helping me get this message to the ends of the earth. Now the world can end. Seeing a new heavens and a new earth. Now I wasn't talking about metaverse. Although metaverse, where Satan's going into the metaverse, creating a new heaven and a new earth. But the new heaven and new earth is here. The new earth, the system that's collapsing in 10 more days as a reset, because this is year 4 and it's in the middle of changing since Derek started and hopped on with this channel. And the new heaven is the spirit that dwells in people. And that's why we get a new heaven and a new earth. So I just kept at it. Just kept doing it. Kept doing it. Kept going. That was some of my work. Sure some of you remember when I was building that kitchen. I enjoyed doing it. That's the kind of stuff I enjoyed doing. But I was doing this while I was still doing starting on YouTube. Back on January 1st. This was my friend Sean, who back in 2008, I didn't really have any work. So he asked me to remodel his basement. So I built this bar setup and these bar stools. And that's where I met my wife, because it was his wife's best friend. Again, that's the fun stuff. Building cabinets and things of that nature. Entertainment centers. Building this kitchen for somebody. A guy named Jamie in Philly. So I installed it, I stained it. Again, a fun project. This was before YouTube. And then my buddies, my friend Sean, his dad's house, I wind up building this walk-in closet setup. And that was finished before the countertop. My son's aunt, I built her a kitchen, and she used to give me some good information about my kid's mom and what she was up to, and that information that she gave me actually helped me get full custody of my kid when I took her to court, because of what she was doing when she had my kid. There it is, finished. There's my little nerd son. That's me starting it. Again, these are some fun projects. I enjoyed it. Especially the finished product. Another entertainment center. It kept, friends would talk to people, and then they would show them what I did, and then they would call me. And this was all in around 2008, because I had this garage here, and it was a time where I was slow at work. In 2008, 2009, when I met my wife, 2009. And that's their finished product. And then this was for the guy that I was renting the garage off of. I was putting my Mustang in there. I lived in Bristol, but in Philly I had my garage. So all this stuff I built, I don't have any of it. Well, no, I do. I have my table, my Noah's Ark table in my house, but I did so much work for other people and never enjoyed keeping the work that I had. There, so I have this table here at my house now. And then same thing with this Noah's Ark. And the bar stools. And doing the beam sealing, the Colfer ceilings. And this was for Don Ventresca, you know, from the Jewish Mafia, or the, what did Steve say? Italian Mafia? I forget who. Yeah, I work for them, I guess, but not like that. As a carpenter. Doing all the built-ins. So this was his office at his house. Kind of had like a shed like me on the side of the house. Finished product. I don't know if you ever seen a cat eat dinner like that, but mine did. Another Colfer ceiling for somebody else. Same person that built the cabinets for, Jamie White. This was inside of Don's house. Basically every room I was doing built-ins. That's my house. Well, it was my apartment. I built my wife a bed. Yeah, I slept in it too. Yep. That's right. This one was a 2-story. I did it by myself. I don't know if I finished it, but it's on an angle. It took me 3 days to do it, and I only charged them $900, and it's like a $20,000 Colfer ceiling. Anybody that knows anything about it, it's not cheap to have them done. That was where he was living at. Three days climbing the 2-story, having scaffold up, and then every opening, making the headers. Spent a lot of time in that house. Again, I thoroughly enjoyed doing that. I don't particularly enjoy doing what I'm doing now, but it's just something that pays the bills. I'd enjoy it more if I can do it to my own house and then keep it. I just installed the cabin. I didn't build those. I didn't do that wainscoting up, but the rest of the trim. And then my Mustang, when it got taken, I was in jail. The cops slashed the back seats, the front seats, so I just figured I'd build a new set from scratch. With suede and leather mixed. I built the system in the back. That was for my son's uncle. Wanted like a coffin set up to put his like figurines on there. That was fun to build. Wrapping it with the blue what is that? Not suede. Whatever it is, material. The deck was already built. I built the top part again for my best friend Sean, who I met my wife through. Like, I just remember back then thoroughly enjoying the work that I was doing, because I was working directly for myself too. I wasn't punching the clock like I am now. And then I added a Culver ceiling and the beam package. I mean, I enjoyed it when I went over there and hung out. Another, just a little entertainment center. November 27th, 2012. And all screenshots and videos.
Adam that day, who would be the Messiah? Messiah would be just a man. Just a man.
And then I didn't understand
who would be the Messiah.
why.
Messiah would be just a man. Just a man. Robert Henry, who would be the Messiah.
Okay, stop. I didn't understand why Steve was saying that and then putting the marker over to highlight it when he was saying that.
Messiah would be just a man. Just a man. Robert Henry.
And when I first started YouTube, I was all about the sky, showing these sunspots inside of the sun simulator as it floats around, putting the welder's mask in front of it so I can zoom in on the bright sun. I remember sending Richie from Boston my star video. He never responded. stars and everything just seem to be way closer than what we were told. It's more like 30,000 feet in the sky, like 5 miles or maybe 8. Is it 7? What is it, the stratosphere or something? But then even when I've taken videos of airplanes coming at me, and it has like the same light style to it. So I don't know. I mean, I don't really know what it is. I just thought it was unusual looking. It had like these camera looking bulky things up there. So when Click does his videos, and then he's bouncing back the things that I'm showing, when I do videos back, it's because I want to do it. It's because I'm doing it for God. It's the spirit in heaven that I'm doing it for. If I feel like I'm pressured into doing anything, I won't do it. But I'm not doing it specifically just because somebody else is bouncing back and forth the ideas and everything. It's because it's interesting to me to keep a line of communication happening. And yeah, I mean, I can keep doing it. For free. Eventually, it'll pay off. I just look at it as I did like an internship for the first 4 years. Met some characters.
That's how I do it. So you do, yo, how's your boy? America's gonna be great. You know what I'm saying? In Jesus' name, it's gonna be great. That's right.
I don't even think Boldly even commented. So it's, entertainment, a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of Skywatch, a little bit of aliens. I didn't understand back then what aliens are. Now I get it. Tyler, over there. Steve. I even by Paul Begley, he was on my radar 3 years ago. That one view. Huh? How's that possible? How do I only got one view? Listening to me just present.
Everybody is going to heaven?
So if you're going to sit there and listen to Robin say that, oh, Elijah slayed them with the word, and blah, 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 and they didn't actually die, but they were slain with the word. If you're going to sit there and listen to Robin say that, oh, Elijah slayed them with the word, and blah, 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 and they didn't actually die, but they were slain with the word. Well, Robin is a liar. They did get killed, and they were slain.
Remember, I mean, you might be talking about the host body slain, killed, dying, but not literally. No, I don't understand why I only have one view. You know what? I'll copy this link and put it in the description of this video. get some more views.
Tells the truth about you, right? All right, so the Lord rebuked Robin Henry Tees.
And I had an entire. Wait, this is, I haven't seen that. That must have been in the beginning. All right, the great Satan called Lucifer is trying to call me that.
And so
Nathan Humber, the angel, name of creator in book of Genesis, spare the rod and spoil the child, tropical storm. I haven't seen any of those in there.
I'm just going to go in my
E from Alpha to Omega, Holy Order, Man's Beck, Pride, Party, many aftershocks on Murphy.
name here.
I am come to send fire on the earth. Like, just words, not actual fire. Not looking to really kill anybody. Just burn you up with the truth. Perfect hatred. Man, all of that. Neither did you.
Next time.
Look at this clown. Looks like he's cutting his beard on the corners.
Like Nebuchadnezzar.
Right? He's got a bitch bun in the back. Let's listen to this clown. Let's listen to him.
So if you want to see more, this video will be in the description of this video here. I haven't even looked through it all, but it should be pretty interesting. Back in December, so exactly 3 years ago and some change. I don't think I was mad at Steve at this point. I was understanding the WWE wrestling script part of this thing. But Tyler's cleaved to me with flatteries for a long, long time. He definitely did. But see, I didn't understand the language, so I wasn't catching on that I was being mocked. And you see, Derek's over here looking out.
Equals Anna Deshawn. And the word.
My father is Yehovah. And guess what? Yehovah is going to bitch stomp Yahweh. Trust me. So there's clown, another clown. So there's clown, another clown.
And you see Click up there too. So 3 years ago, anybody that's anything over here in a scroll is there because I was watching them.
Come on, Steve. You know better.
Here's your sign.
The truth needs to be told. And don't be discouraged by rejection, because that's the way that the world has always treated.
Without electricity seems to be more lining more towards this winter coming up, because with this reset happening and then the 3 days of the darkness exchanging, there's gifts to one another. There's a week period of time, there's after 3.5 days, and then after 3.5 days, and then there's turning the face against the fort of your own land. So this is definitely the year that seems like it's gonna fits right in.
You're a piece of shit.
Huh?
Okay?
What?
You piece of shit.
And Steve got his December 17th, 2018 promotion. I don't know.
You're a piece of shit. I'll spit in your face, you little garbage bag.
He was talking to Justin on that one.
Thinks he knows how to open the book.
January 3rd.
You know, Rob thinks that I'm the one that's written all this nasty garbage in here. What kind of idiot would think that?
Yeah, right. Well,
I'll tell you what kind of idiot would.
What kind of idiot would think that these people are part of the WWE wrestling script?
Think something like that.
They act like they're against each other, but they are all really against me.
A delusional fruit ball that needs mental health care. ASAP. Okay?
I rebuke you. Robin, Henry, Tease. I rebuke you.
All right, there, Brain.
Just made those videos on the Saturn guy. He's saying that that's Mark Mod 18. Now I've been asking this for a long fucking time, dude. Does anybody want to come forward and say at least come and fucking lie to me? Yeah, at least you know what I mean? Yeah, at least say something. At least come by and fucking lie to me. You don't have to tell me the truth, but at least fucking say something here. You know?
I'd rather you just tell me the truth and stop lying to me.
The SJD said that guy is fucking Mark Mod 18. Knows. What's up, sister? You missed a whole buttload. Go back and watch. You'll have fun. Anybody right there if they want. Just saying. Fuck, nobody's gonna do it. I'm just gonna have to make fun of myself. Right, damn it. Yeah.
Where are you going, Brain?
Back to the cage to plan for tomorrow night.
Why? What are we gonna do tomorrow night?
Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Try. Yeah, pass the ketchup, bro. Fuck.